Hi there, welcome back to the next video, and in this video I will show you the impact of $1 selection. So right now you are seeing the selection difference that I have shown you in the previous video, but let's go into the edit mode and make some changes. So over here I will keep dollar as it is, but over here in the second selection I will say not 1 but $1. And if you remember from the second last video which I shared you, that $1 basically indicates the previous selection, the value of the previous selection. So if I press the tab, you will see 8.56. So if I click on done and first of all remove everything, it will keep showing you whatever I selected previously. So you can see 14.92 and 5.5 is right now. If I say consumer, the 14.92 is gone over here, right? And 3.06, which is the current selection value, is coming over here. So I know initially it will be confusing, but trust me, if you will use it in the in scenarios where you want to capture these kind of selections and want to compare the selections, very helpful. Now if you see 3.06 will move over here if I select something over here. So corporate 8.56, 3.06. 3.06 now reflects the consumer selection. If I uncheck this, you will see 5.5, which is only for corporate, but 8.56 is overall consumer and corporate. So that's about how your $1 really make an impact. Now you can also specify, instead of $1 you can say $2. So this will confuse, or this will make it more and more complex based on the advancement we will go. And let's specify the $1 over here. So previous value, second previous value. If I hit tab, you will see like this, and based on whatever selection we will make, and you will see it in the when you will analyze the data, this is going basically 2 step back, this is going 1 step back and giving you the output. So that's what I mainly wanted to show you, the demonstration of how it picks up the previous and second previous value, and how you can really utilize it in the front end with the help of the KPI. But whenever you use chart like this or table where you want to see the difference, you will see it by just making the selection, and it will keep showing you the comparison of what you currently selected, what you previously selected, what you selected 2 step backs, and so on and so forth. So that's pretty much it. I would really recommend you experiment with it with the different charts that we have, and you will see that when the situation will arise in your business to create such a chart, it will provide a lot of value. So a good functionality to keep in mind. Hi there, welcome back to the next video, and in this video I will show you the impact of forward selection. And if you have already used it and not found out the output and feeling frustrated why it is not giving you the output, I will show you the right way in which you can use it. So right now it is showing you the value that the previous value that it takes with $1 and $2. Let's convert this to a $1 and $2, and if you see that nothing is coming, and if I click on done, still nothing is coming. If I'm selecting consumer, nothing is coming with any selection. Probably you may have frustrated after that and you have closed it, or if not, and if you are still learning, let's see how it makes an impact. It makes an impact based on how we are moving up, moving forward, or moving back. So right now we are only moving forward in this case, so it has basically recorded all the selections. So if I go 1 step back by clicking over here step back, you will see 14.92 is basically the first value that it had captured. If I go 2 step back, it says 12.13, probably the first 2 selections that we have made. If I go 1 step more back, you will see 8.56 and 12.13. So what it does is at the very start it will not show you the value, but it will keep on recording the selections that you are taking, and based on when you go back, actually it will keep on showing you the recorded forward selection value, whether the first forward, second forward and third forward value into your KPI or in the chart. Many times we want to record that as we are moving back and forth into the analysis, and if there is a need that we want to see the forward selections in this kind of a scenario, then we can straight away use the $1, $_2, so on and so forth, based on the needs that we have. Very helpful in scenarios like where you have years. So let's say if you have selected, if first of all you have not selected anything, that all entire data is coming, then you selected the current year, that will be your first forward selection. Then you have selected the second last year, that will be your second selection. And if you have a KPI or a chart like this in which you want to show all of the values, where current value, previous to previous value, or forward value or forward value, then you can basically use the $_1 or $1 that I explained in the previous video. All of those at your disposal based on what analysis you have in hand. So that's what I basically wanted to show you and give you an example where you can use it, and probably here is I found a simple example where we can really connect with that and utilize it. So I really recommend that you go ahead and use it, and I will meet you in the new video with a new topic. Hi there, welcome back to the next video, and in this video I will show you another way in which you can specify the identifier, which is bookmark. So first of all, we will create a bookmark. So to create a bookmark, we need to make some selections based on what analysis we want. So for example, consumer, all these different consumers that we have, or maybe something else like in technology if we want to do any selections over here. So whatever selection you want to make, first make that selection so that you have the analysis as per your needs. Then come over here in the bookmarks and click on create a bookmark, and let's give it a name as BM01, right? Whatever bookmark that you want to give, you can give it, you can give the description, come outside, and now you have the bookmark available. Well, the beauty is that if you remove everything and you want to come back to that analysis, you will go to bookmark and you will click it over here, and you will have the bookmark. All the selections will be made automatically based on what you saved previously. So that's a very efficient way of saving the analysis based on selections that you have made. Now let's go ahead and see this in action. So I will close this and click on edit, and here I will remove this thing. So this is in a default stage 14.92, and here I will specify the BM01, the bookmark that we created. So this function, this expression, the second expression right now, if you see it is 0, it should show you what selection we made based on the output in terms of sum of sales. So if I click on tab, you will see 12.13 million. So if I click on done, sorry about that, so 14.92 is coming and 12.13 is here based on the bookmark. Now if I want to see whether it is right or not, I will just go ahead and select BM01, and you will see that the bookmark is basically right. So 12.13, this is the bookmark I saved, and this is the value I'm getting. So if this is what your need is, that you want to have the expression based on some other bookmark that you created, you will use it in the identifier, and pretty much you will be done based on the analysis you want to achieve. So that's pretty much it I wanted to show you in this video, and now I will meet you in a new video with a new topic. Hi there, welcome back to the next video, and in this video I will show you the set operators. So first of all, let's see the set operators. Set operators are basically used to include, exclude, or intersect parts of or whole data set. All operators use sets as operand and returns a set as results. That's the straightforward definition but all in all, they basically provides us a very easy and efficient way to manage the complex problems. So let's see first of all what are the set operators, and let's see it in action afterwards. So first is the union, and as you would see, it will combine the results of two different expressions that are part of it. Then you have exclusion, as it is pretty straightforward. It will exclude it from the one getting excluded. So that's basically in definition, this binary operation returns a set of records that belongs to the first but not the other of the two set operands. Important part is it returns the complement set. Then you have the intersection, and as the name suggests, it returns the common records. And finally, symmetric difference. In a nutshell, it returns the records that is everything but not common records. So let's see the examples. So first example is, as you would see, 1 minus dollar and then sum of sales. It returns the sales for everything excluded by the selection. And if you have followed my previous videos, you would get it very quickly what it is. So I'm not going to explain those again, but if you have not seen that, I would suggest you will see my set identifiers video, which I've already posted, and then see this. Then you have dollar star BM01. It will return the sales for the intersection between the selection and bookmark 01. Then you have the exclusion operator, which is minus. It returns the sales excluded by selection and bookmark 01. So everything what you select as well as the bookmark, it will exclude those sales. And finally, a different type of example. You will see that first you have the dollar year 2009, and within the one set, and in another set you have all the value but only for country Sweden. So it returns the sale for 2009 associated with the current selection as dollar is present over there, and then add the full data set of data associated with the country Sweden across all years. So as you can see, I have shown you over here the different examples and a complex example at the end, but you would notice that in most of the scenarios that you will create a dashboard or a report for, you will use the last expression a lot, because most of the times you need to combine multiple dimensions and find out the final answer. So that's about what set operators are and some of the examples. And in the next video I will show you, next couple of videos I will show you the different set operators and how to achieve the desired output. So that's pretty much it, and I will meet you in the new video with a new topic. Hi there, welcome back to the next video, and in this video I will explain what we discussed in the previous video, which is the explanation of set operators. So if you remember, in the previous video I talked about the plus, minus, intersection and the symmetric difference set operators, which are which you can use for achieving the complex scenarios or the complex business rules that is like everyday's reality. Okay, so how we can do that? Let's first of all go into the edit, and we will use this sum of sales for keeping the explanation simple, as we are just starting. And one of the very first thing that we discussed is the 1 minus dollar and then your field name, which is sales. So what it was is basically one, if you remember from my previous videos, it means the entire data set minus dollar, that means the current selection. So let's go ahead and come over here in the expression editor and open the curly brackets, and in that write 1 minus dollar, and now see it in action. Click apply. Right now 0, because dollar indicates the current selection, and if nothing is selected, that means the entire selection, and 1 indicates the entire data. So 1 minus, right now dollar, it basically indicates 1, the entire data. So let's click on done for now. And if you see, if we select anything, the value will change. So for example, furniture. That means from the entire data, the furniture have been excluded, and what it represents, the value for office supplies and technology in this case. And if I just select technology, then 3.75 million is basically the office supplies. So similarly, if you have more filters like this, and if you want to achieve this kind of an outcome where you want to exclude the selections that you are making from the entire data, then you can use 1 minus dollar like this, which I have used it over here. So it's very tricky, and sometimes it has been used along with the value which is showing the value related to the selection, and then what is not related to the selection, if we want to show, we can always utilize this kind of an operation which is related to the set operators. Now, as an assignment, if you have followed my previous video, we have created a bookmark, and in the previous video I have shown you that how you can use the intersection, which is a star operator, and then basically get the common records between the bookmark value and the current selection value. And yeah, you can take it as a homework for yourself, and do an experiment with that, and that will help you learn the set operators. So that's pretty much it I have for you in this video, and in the next video I will extend my conversation to show you a little bit more about the set operators. Hi there, welcome back to the next video, and in this video I will show you the bookmark option, an assignment which I gave it to you in the last video. So if you were able to do it by creating some bookmark, okay, and if you have not, then let me explain it to you in this video. So if you remember from one of my previous videos, that bookmark is very helpful in saving the analysis. So for example, over here we have the furniture that we have selected, and let's say we want to keep it as a selection so that we don't have to go it again and again here and do the selection. So what I'll do is come over here in the bookmark section, create a new bookmark, and I will say BM, which is bookmark and underscore furniture, right? In description, whatever description I want to write, so for example, furniture related information, and just click outside, and here I have my BM underscore furniture bookmark created for me, which I can always select. So for example, if I just remove this, come over here, select this, whatever selection I have saved will be selected in the front end. All right, so with that, what I'll do is go into the edit and click it over here, and this is the expression that we edited in the last video. So what I'll do is go into the expression editor, and I will say BM underscore furniture star, which is asterisk, and click apply. And right now you can see 5.18 million. So that means the furniture related records that you are basically getting over here. And what I'll do is I will just create another filter for this example, and that will be shipping mode, ship mode, yeah. And what it says, basically a ship mode of delivery truck, express air, or regular air. So what we are basically trying to do is we are trying to figure it out that from the furniture selection that is in the bookmark, if we select delivery truck, then what is the value? If we are selecting express air, then what is the value? So on and so forth. So hope you got the idea. So if I'm clicking on done over here, I can remove this, right? So for now it is 5.18 million. Even if I have not selected this, you can clearly see that it is indicating what we have bookmarked it. So now if I just go ahead and do the selection on delivery truck, it says that 4.15 million out of some 5 million. So that's the number you get as an intersection. And if I select express air and remove the delivery truck, just 159k. And if I select regular air and strict that, then 863. So what we can basically make it out that in case of furniture, maximum deliveries are happening through the delivery truck, followed by regular air, and then finally the express air. So in scenarios like this where you want to combine two different filters like this. So for example, we had the furniture already in the bookmarked, and the second filter is ship mode, and we are just trying to figure out the common records. Then this is how you can basically achieve it. So very tricky and very useful, but only caution that you need to make sure you have that you have given a proper education to your user. Otherwise they will be confused that first of all, why the number is low, overall number is low, 5.18 million, and then how the number is basically getting impacted based on the selection that you are making. So always a very important part is user education in such trivial or tricky scenarios. So that's pretty much it I have for you in this video, and I will meet you in the new video, the new topic. Hi there, welcome back to the next video, and in this video we will look at another way of achieving the output that we had achieved in the previous video. So in the previous video, if you remember, we used the bookmark, which is the furniture bookmark. If I just select it over here, the value will be still 5.18 over here. So what it has is basically the bookmark we had used along with the delivery truck. So if this is something you want to use as a backend and not as a bookmark, then what you can do is go into the edit and come over here, 5.18. So over here, if you see the expression, it's saying BM underscore furniture. That means it is taking the furniture selection, the value of this furniture selection as a default selection, and then making an intersection or in another way, finding the common records from whatever we are selecting, which is indicated by this $sign. So if we select furniture is anyway default selected, and if we select delivery truck, so it will give us only common record between furniture and delivery truck. Or if we are selecting regular air, then it will give the furniture and regular air records. Now this is based on what we are selecting in the front end, but let's say if you want to present it to user without they are making a selection or as a predefined requirement, then we can basically use the set operators and this will be little complex or advanced maybe for you, because what I have not showed you is the set modifier. So bear with me for a moment. So I'm just removing everything, and this is basically a set modifier, and I will explain more about them in the next video. So what I can do, I can put a $sign prior to that, which is basically saying that whatever selection I'm making in the front end, consider that also along with the condition that I'm specifying. So first of all I need to mention the product category as in the bracket within the quotes as furniture, right? Because that's what the bookmark was saying. And then I can use the operator over here like $sign, which is indicating that include that, or I can use star, which is an intersection, and after that I can put a $ and indicate that ship mode, let me select that, ship mode is equals to your express air, right? So a very simple condition which is specifying that give me the sales of only those values which are where product category is furniture and ship mode is express air, right? And if I click apply and click on done, you see that 159.8K is the value that we are getting. So over here we can verify also. So 14.92 million is the sum of sales if I select furniture, and if I select express air, you see 159.7k or 159.8k is the output. So whatever we are getting from the set analysis over here is getting verified based on the selection that we have made. So that's an alternative thing I wanted to show you, that how you can predefine all of your selection if you don't want it dynamic. Let's say you are creating furniture related dashboard and you are showing the KPIs based on the shipping mode of furniture, then in that case this will be very useful. So that's about how you can further use the set operators like this, which is a star or plus, and make your calculations as complex as you want based on your business rules. So that's pretty much it I have for you in this video, and I will meet you in the new video with a new topic. Hi there, welcome back to the next video, and in this video I will talk about the set modifiers. So set modifiers are used to make addition or changes to a selection, and modifiers begin and end with the angle brackets. So let's see the examples. So here, if you see over here, you have order date is equals to delivery date within the angle brackets, right? So this is the ending bracket, this is the starting bracket, and within that we are modifying the calculation to basically ask how many orders are there which have been delivered on the same date on which it has been ordered. So that's the explanation written over here. Let's see another example. So here we are saying that give us the sale only for the region US and disregard all the selection, by as we have passed on the identifier 1. Similarly, over here we are saying that give us the sales for the current selection but disregard the selection into the region. That means whatever selection you will make in the region will not be considered. Let's see another example. So this example is same as above. The only difference is that $sign has not is not present here, which is basically indicating that it is a default option. If you specify okay, if you don't specify, then also the current selections will be considered. And in this next example, a bit of an advanced, where we are saying within the modifiers that we want the sale for year 2000 and for any region which is starting with U. So that's a wild card we have presented. And if you see, it is doing a bit of a search, and that search string is present in the double quotes, the U star. So this will give you all the values for year 2000 and the region which is starting with U, as well as whatever current selection that you will make. So that's the quick explanation about set modifiers and some of the examples. And modifiers are the one which are heavily used within the set analysis within the Qlik Sense applications for the production of the analysis. And in the next video I will talk about some of the examples that we have discussed here into the practical scenario. So that's pretty much it for now, and I will meet you in the new video with a new topic. Hi there, welcome back to the next video, and in this video I will show you the demonstration of set identifiers. So let's go into the edit, and sum of sales is the one which we have been using for our example, so let's continue using that. And here I am into the expression for sum of sales, so let me go into the expression editor. And if you observe in the previous video, and I mentioned also that I am using the set modifier, that means these angle brackets. And apart from that, we use the set modifier, which is a star, and then we used another value which is ship mode express air. Now if you have to write the entire statement with the help of set modifier in just one single set modifier, so what we can do is we can just remove this entire piece, put a comma, and now this angle bracket is having this starting bracket and closing bracket. So this is basically similar to what we had done earlier, but now the only difference is that we are taking both the categories, both the fields into just one single angle bracket, the modifiers, and using it. So if I click apply, you'll see that there is no change into the numbers, and if I select couple of others, if it impacts, it will going to change, otherwise it will not. So in this case, looks like it is not changing, because furniture and probably ship mode, I think it was express air, is kind of exclusive to others, and that's why it is not getting impacted. But that's the thing we need to keep in mind about how our expressions are behaving, because initially it may look like it is not going as per your expectation, but in the back end you need to really make sure that whatever you want to achieve, you are specifying it like that. If not, then definitely you have to modify it either by using identifier, the modifier, or with the set operators to get the desired operation. So apart from that, one other thing that we saw earlier is the comparison of two fields. So like if I remove this entire piece and basically say that order date is equals to ship date, then only for those items which have been delivered on the same day, what is the sales amount. So if I click apply and it says 0, that means there is no single order which have been shipped on the same day on which it has been ordered. So that's how you can basically play around with the fields, the set analysis, and get the desired output. So one other interesting thing that you can apply and brainstorm around is how you can say those sales orders which are within the 5 days of, which have been shipped within the 5 days of orders, things like that. And then, you know, it opens a lot of different possibilities that you can achieve with the help of the set analysis, set operators, or set identifiers and modifiers. So pretty much I have given you everything. There are a few other things which are still remaining, like 1 or 2 things which I will show you in the next couple of videos, but till then, stay tuned. Hi there, welcome back to the next video, and in this video I want to show you a couple of more interesting things related to the set analysis that you can perform with the help of previously explained concepts. Alright, so I will play around with this sum of sales so that we can continue our journey with this expression. So what I'll do is I will just remove this from the modifiers. These are set modifiers, as you remember from my previous video, and what I will do is simply say ship mode. Alright, it is not coming. Ship, if I go down, press tab, ship mode, and now if you remember, I was just specifying only the one value at a time, but there is no restriction. So you should be fine if you are specifying 2 values. For example, in single quotes, regular air and express air. So if you have just observed that I had used the double quotes but then changed it to single quotes. Why? Because when we have to do some sort of a searching, which I will show you in a couple of minutes, when you have to do searching, you use the double quotes, but when you have to use the exact string like this, regular air or express air, you use the single quotes. Alright. So now it will show me the sales only related to those orders which have been shipped with the regular air or express air. So apply, and the value is 8.69 million. Good. Next. Now what I want is, I do not want to take the ship mode selection into the consideration. So for example, if I have in the front end the ship mode selection, but for some specific reason of a specific report I don't want, or for any particular chart I don't want ship mode to impact it. Apply, done. So if I just go and click on ship mode, if you see, nothing is changing over here, right? Whatever I will do over here in the ship mode for this particular calculation, it will not change, whereas everything else will change if you observe, right? So this will not change, and this is not changing because we are specifying nothing. Ship mode equals to, and I have just left it like this. So If this is what you need, that you want to eliminate the impact of a particular filter from the from a particular chart, then you can just go into its expression and specify like this. The third thing I will show you is the use of wildcard character, for example star. So let's say I want to have the ship mode of everything that is ending with air. So I will say in double quotes star air. That means regular air, express air, or if there is anything else. This is very helpful in those scenarios like products information. You have hundreds of different products, and suppose some product is starting from furniture or having a particular type, like starting with the letter A or ending with some particular letter. So you can always use this, and I will talk a little bit more about wildcard characters in a different video, but I just wanted to show you in this video about how you can even specify like this and do the wildcard search. So right now it has given me 0, which is a bit strange. So let me quickly search the ship mode is equals to air star. All right, so yeah, one quick thing. So here we are doing a searching, right, with the help of a wildcard, and I mentioned that for our searching you have to specify double quote. So by mistake I specified only the single quote, which is for the exact string. So if I click apply now, and now I get 8.69 million. Absolute. So this is you can see that sometimes when it is not giving you the result as per expectation, you have to just brainstorm around what you have done incorrectly. So a good that it has come up, because that's a common mistake that even everybody keeps making even if they're experienced enough. So these are few of the things I wanted to show you in this video, and I will meet you in the new video with a new topic. Hi there, welcome back to the next video, and in this video I will show you some of the examples related to the searches. So if you remember from our previous video, let me see by going into the edit and whether I have put it here. No. So what I have used in one of the previous video is the star as a wildcard operator. So for example, over here, if I remove this p function, which I showed it in the previous video, and just remove this as well, and within the curly brackets I would say anything that is having star air. Star basically indicates that any word prior to air. So that means express air or regular air. So that was in ship mode. So let me change the category to ship mode. Otherwise the value will not come. Hold on, made some wrong selection. Ship mode. All right, so anything that is ending with air, give me the sales for that. So if I click apply, and you see that 8.69 for express air and regular air. And if you have particular fixed word, one single fixed word or two single fixed word, so for example some sort of a short form or some category that you want to fix, say for example the first three letters, question mark, use the question mark for one single letter, question, space, and anything like delivery, for example air delivery, or any three letters which is coming prior to this delivery and space, it will gonna pick it up. So if you want to handle multiple characters, use star that I told, and if you have a specific characters at the end, at the medium, at the middle, or at the end, then you can use this question mark in that case. So both of them are at our disposal to use it and making the right number out. So that's one thing. Another thing is about searching by numerical category. So things like getting the sales only for those orders where order value is basically greater than 1,000. That means sales is more than $1,000. So what we can do is we can simply specify the sales, and then over here I need, within the double quotes, I need to say greater than 1000. So wherever the value of sales is greater than 1000, it will give me the output. So if I click apply, and 13.34 millions is basically the sum of sales for those orders which were having the sales value greater than 1000. And similarly, if you are interested in getting 10,000, you can just specify 10,000, click apply, and see that 4.83 million is the total order value for all those orders which were of 10,000 or more. So, or if you want to include 10,000, you can simply specify equals to, greater than equals to $10,000, and you will get a similar value around the same thing. And if you are interested in further complicating it, where you want to say that you want greater than equals to 10,000 but less than equals to 50,000, that's how you can specify it. Click apply, and you see that number is changing from 4.8 to 4.74. So couple of different ways by which you can specify. I know once we go into the development, the things become more and more complex, but this is just some of the gist I wanted to give you about the searching in the set analysis, about what are the different things that you can do and achieve it based on your complexity of solution or the business rule. So that's pretty much it I have for you in this video, and I will meet you in the new video with a new topic. Hi there, welcome back to the next video, and in this video I will show you some of the examples related to the searches. So if you remember from our previous video, let me see by going into the edit and whether I have put it here. No. So what I have used in one of the previous video is the star as a wildcard operator. So for example, over here, if I remove this p function, which I showed it in the previous video, and just remove this as well, and within the curly brackets I would say anything that is having star air. Star basically indicates that any word prior to air, so that means express air or regular air. So that was in ship mode, so let me change the category to ship mode, otherwise the value will not come. Hold on, it's some wrong selection. Ship mode. All right, so anything that is ending with air, give me the sales for that. So if I click apply, and you see that 8.69 for express air and regular air. And if you have particular fixed word, one single fixed word or two single fixed word, so for example some sort of a short form or some category that you want to fix, say for example the first three letters, question mark, use the question mark for one single letter, question, space, and anything like delivery, for example air delivery, or any three letters which is coming prior to this delivery and space, it will gonna pick it up. So if you want to handle multiple characters, use star that I told, and if you have a specific characters at the end, at the medium, at the middle, or at the end, then you can use this question mark in that case. So both of them are at our disposal to use it and making the right number out. So that's one thing. Another thing is about searching by numerical category. So things like getting the sales only for those orders where order value is basically greater than 1,000. That means sales is more than $1,000. So what we can do is we can simply specify the sales, and then over here I need, within the double quotes, I need to say greater than 1,000. So wherever the value of sales is greater than 1,000, it will give me the output. So if I click apply, and 13.34 millions is basically the sum of sales for those orders which were having the sales value greater than 1000. And similarly, if you are interested in getting 10,000, you can just specify 10,000, click apply, and see that 4.83 million is the total order value for all those orders which were of 10,000 or more. So, or if you want to include 10,000, you can simply specify equals to, greater than equals to $10,000, and you will get a similar value around the same thing. And if you are interested in further complicating it, where you want to say that you want greater than equals to 10,000 but less than equals to 50,000, that's how you can specify it. Click apply, and you see that number is changing from 4.8 to 4.74. So couple of different ways by which you can specify. I know once we go into the development, the things become more and more complex, but this is just some of the gist I wanted to give you about the searching in the set analysis, about what are the different things that you can do and achieve it based on your complexity of solution or the business rule. So that's pretty much it I have for you in this video, and I will meet you in the new video with a new topic. Hi there, welcome back to the next video, and in this video I will show you some information of set analysis related to point-in-time reporting. So point-in-time reporting is a very important subject in almost every reporting, where we want to look at what happened last month, last week, last year, year to date, so things like that. And to view that time related information, set analysis can be really handy, as it will provide you a lot of dynamic behavior that you can achieve, and set it once and your report will be automated forever. So one basic example that we will going to look at is the sum of sales for the most current year, which is 2012 in this case. So let's go to edit, and here is the set analysis that we have been using. And what I will write is order date. So if I go to order, I get order year over here, and here I will start writing it within this double quotes, right? And I will use the dollar sign, and within dollar sign I will use the equals to max, and then the same this thing. And once we get this over here, I think by now we should have everything that we need. So let's see the output. Click apply, and we get 0. If I click on done, yeah, nothing changes. Yep, nothing changes. Okay, so there is some issue. Let's resolve it. And so first of all, the way we resolve it is by looking at what is the value that this is giving, right? Because this is a straightforward thing, but here the value that we are getting is something it's getting messed up. So let me click apply, and let me go to text image over here, put a cancel. I want to just add it. Yeah, so here I will add a measure, and within the function I would say max of order and year. So let's see what value we get. So we get 40909. I think this is what not our left hand side value was expecting when we are comparing it with the year. It should be 2011, 12, something. So how we can change it to a year? Well, let's see, it's here, and the same thing then we will apply in the set analysis. So first of all, year, within that date, and within that function, and I will just close this. So I have done it pretty quickly. The reason is I'm a little bit aware about this, but since if you are doing it very first time, so let's see it from the inside. So what it is doing it is giving us the maximum year information, but it is coming as a plain number. So what we are doing is we are converting that number into a date, and then we are converting that date into a year using the year function. And this is pretty much all. If I just copy this and come over here, go to here and put it over here, Control V. All right, so we have year, date, max, and this. And now if I click apply, I get 3.72 million, which is the order value for 2012. Now, if I'm interested in knowing what has been the furniture value in 2012, this is what the value is. Office supply 2.2 million, technology 3.72 million. So this is about a very simple example of how you can do it, the point in time reporting within using the SAT analysis within the Qlik Sense. And before closing, I will just show you one more thing which you will ask as a next question is, okay, I'm fine with the latest year, but what about the previous year, right? So in that case, we'll go to edit mode, 3.72 million selected, so that's the expression. And from this year, we will just reduce -1. And that's pretty much it. Will be needed to give you the last year expression, last year value. So I have done nothing, but I have gone here where year is ending. As you can see it's highlighted in orange, and I am reducing it -1. So 2012 -1 is basically the 2011. That's a simple arithmetic operation which is going on here. And if I click apply, we get 3.44 million. And if I press Ctrl C, it's 3.72. That means that's the most recent year. And if I press Ctrl Y to undo that, then I get the last year. So that's what I was doing, undoing and redoing the expression just to show you the difference. So that's how you can go back whatever level that you want. If you are looking for last 3 year information, last 4 year information, you can simply reduct it, do a reduction from the most current year, and you will get the information handy. So that's pretty much it for this video, and I will meet you in the new video with a new topic. Hi there, welcome back to the next video. And in this video, I will talk about the Qlik Sense variables. So variables, if you are coming from a programming background, you are aware that these are very useful, and useful in a perspective that dynamically you can change the value in the program or in the output and see the result as per your needs. So for example, if you are evaluating your product on a different geographical areas based on the different tax rates, so you can keep shifting the tax rate and see how the product will finally come out, as an example. And couple of other things, like I said, what if analysis is something very useful with the variables, because you have the flexibility that you can change the value of a variable, and that's why the name variable itself, it suggests that it's the movement. But what's the definition within the Qlik Sense? Well, in the Qlik Sense, it is a named entity that contains a single value, right? Now you can assign a fixed value or an expression to the Qlik Sense variable, right? So you have two ways. Either there will be a fixed value, like for example, you have given a name or a fixed value, for example, numerical value to it, or an expression like sum of sales, average sales, or a big expression like SAT analysis that we had discussed in the previous videos, where it contains a lot of information about how you want to create an expression within the visualization. And the benefit of a variable containing an expression is that, suppose one expression like sum of sales, or a complex expression like sum of a particular country, sales of a particular country or a particular product, is used 15 different places, right? And tomorrow, let's say if that product is continued and a new product need to be inserted, then if you have that expression within the variable, then you just have to change one variable, and everywhere in the visualization or in the charts, if you have used that variable, your expression will be changed, and you don't have to go through the pain of changing the expression in 15 different visualization. So it's better to have such expression which have been used multiple times in the visualization. You store it in the variable, so that whenever tomorrow it is changing, you just change it at one place, and 15, 20 or 50 different places wherever the expression have been used, it will be changed automatically. So that's a very, very important use case, and we use it all the time for scenarios like this to make the maintenance of the application very easy. All right, let's move ahead. Now there are two places where you can define the variable. One is the script editor and second is the sheet editor. So let's go in and see it. So over here I have this application, and let's go into the sheet editor. I am into the edit mode, and if you see, this is a variable window, and in the variable I have some variables. Either these are some predefined or one which was created by me. So if I need to create one, I will just click on create new. I need to provide the name of the variable. So name of the variable I will suggest in two ways. The way I have learned it is v, which basically reflects a variable which contains a static value. V maybe factor name, something like this, is equals to 2.5. Suppose some factor that you want to apply to an expression in a form of a what if analysis, right? Or maybe like product name is equals to furniture, something like that, right? So we basically used for a variable name which contains a static value, and suppose your variable contains an expression value, then I suggest that you start with E and then say furniture sales is equals to sum of and within that expression you can specify, okay, like a set analysis, for example, product category is equals to, you know, that we discussed this in the previous video how to do that. So if you are finding it a little bit uneasy with this, I would suggest that watch my previous video of set analysis. So what we are basically saying that this contains the product category furniture sales, and now I can use in 10, 15, 20 different places wherever I need to use this expression. So these are the two ways in which you can specify. So if you recall, this is prefixed with E, indicates that it is an expression. So suppose once you are in a long way down to your developing the product or the visualizations or charts, and you have used 15 or 100 different expression, having them prefix with E will help you understand that this is an expression, right? This variable contains an expression, and you can just simply go in there, and if it is prefixed with V, then you can see, you can understand that it is some static value. All right, so those kind of things makes our maintenance of the variable a bit easy as compared to simply saying furniture sales. Now we don't know what's really going on, whether it is a static value or the expression. If I prefix with E here in this case, then I can clearly understand, or prefix with V, and if I specify a static value, I can clearly make the difference between the two ones. All right, so that's one way. So for now I will just not enter it, but here you can specify the name. Here you can specify the definition, you know, that expression I was specifying like a sum of sales or something like that. Here the name will come V sales, say for example like that, and then some description, any tags from the perspective of searching if you want to search it, or want to you know, identify it later in a programming, later in the development, in terms if it is too many variables. So for now I will just for the creation I will just click outside and it will create a new variable like this, and if I want to further make any changes I will just go ahead and click on this pencil icon. If I want to delete, I can go ahead and delete it and click OK. So now that is deleted. All right. Now let me go into the expression editor and show you there, sorry, the data load editor. And data load editor will show us the main screen, and you see that some of these variables have been defined with set. So this is what I have not covered. I will cover in the next line. Like there are two ways by which you can define the variable. One is set, another one is let. What is the difference? Well, set is used when you need to define a static value, and that is specific to your data load editor, not in the sheet editor which I showed you just now. So here if you see, we have clearly specified set, and it's a static value that we are specifying in each of this case. And you need to use let v today, which is variable today is equals to num today. Use let when you need to define a variable or the expression. So for example, let e sales is equals to sum of sales, something like that. But always remember that this field, this should be used only after you have specified the table, otherwise it will return an error. Because say for example, if I go in this section where I have this orders table and here it has the sales, the logic is that your data should be loaded first before you can use any of this field, right? So something like let e sales is equals to sum of sales. Now you see it is readily available for us. So this way I can go ahead and use it, and I need to specify the semicolon just to make sure that I'm not giving any error to the program. So once I'm done, I will hit save and I will load the data, and this variable will be present for me in the front end, which I can go ahead and use it and make the changes as I need. Right, so if there is anything else, no, that's pretty much it for this video. And this is very important and very important subject and very important topic in terms of doing an efficient programming. There are always a question about how we should create an efficient program, how we should create an efficient applications. Always remember, variable will give you a way in which you can create an efficient application, and once you really understand the impact of a variable, you can create wonders and you can really amaze your audience the way in which you can do the things. So we will see a couple of different things related to the variables in the upcoming video, so stay tuned with me on this variable topic and we will going to learn a lot. So that's pretty much it for this video, and I will meet you in the new video with a new topic.